Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help law firms create processes that help them streamline their practices. And I talk to a lot of attorneys that are afraid to leave their practice management software and try something new because of the idea that they can't get their data out of it. And this was a lot more common in years past when there was software that wasn't quite as accessible before practice management software started moving to the web. And this could be a real concern. So I have a lot of people that I talk to that are concerned about that or trying to get their data out of their practice management software to move to something new. And obviously it's something that it can be a real hassle depending on how it's handled. And a lot of people kind of feel held hostage by the companies that have that data and are making it difficult for them to retrieve it. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some tips that you can use in order to make this process a little easier. And number one is prevention, of course, and that's always the easiest in hindsight. But what happens is when you're deciding to switch to a new practice management software, make that part of your research and figure out how easy it is or if you can get your data out of that practice management software. Again, the good news is that a lot of the products that are now found online make things a lot easier, so that is nice. But are they just letting you get your contact lists out of the practice management software, or can you also get that data that you're typing into the fields as well? Because all of that's going to be useful for you moving forward. And we all like to think that we're going to stick with our practice management software forever, and I hope that we do. But the reality is that 10 years from now, we don't know what software is going to be out there. Some of these companies probably won't even be around, frankly. So it's good to know how you can get out if you need to get out. And if you never do, then that's fantastic also. So we want to look that we're not just able to get the contacts and the copies of the bills out of the practice management software, but also things like the information that we put in the fields in the matter, the documents that we've housed in there. That kind of stuff is going to be helpful to you moving forward as well. And then the second tip is, if you're already using a software that allows for some type of syncing with Dropbox or Google Drive, consider using that sync, even if you don't use it to access the documents on a regular basis, to have that copy of the documents in those files on your hard drive or in the cloud somewhere where you can access them separately from your practice management software may be helpful in the event that you want to leave or in the event that you need to access them without access to the practice management software. So that's another thing that I would highly have you consider. And then the last one is consider a process that has you basically exporting everything at the end of the file. So when the case is over or when your representation of the client is done, and much like we did with paper files, we're ready to put that paper file in storage, come up with a process at that point where a paralegal or an assistant of some type is trained to go through the practice management software and export all the data that might be useful in the future. That way, if you ever do come to a situation where you do need to leave your practice management software, it's just a matter of getting current clients out, and you don't have to worry about past clients or past information. You don't have to worry about losing it. You don't have to worry about spending the time to export it at that point, because doing it en masse can be very, very time-consuming and costly. So I hope that you're in love with your practice management software. I hope you stick with it forever. But if you don't, then please keep these tips in mind and let us know if you need anything further. Have a great afternoon.